I had you already on the screen. I was like, "Uh-oh, what's going on here?" I just saw what you were doing. I was like, "Oh no, what a bad time!" Look, we need the fish tank, okay, people. We need the fish tank today. That was squeaky bomb time. We need all
Oh my
calming
God.
down. We did get the win, but my God, we do not help ourselves at all. Gumza, big up to you, mate. Hope you enjoyed France. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's good. Thank you.
No, but what what did you make of that interesting game?
Mate, I've got a migraine. My head is pounding. Um, in all honesty, Tottenham battered us for the whole 90 minutes. I think there was half an hour in the second half, maybe 20 minutes where we controlled the second half, but that wasn't enjoyable. I'll be honest with
No,
you. Even at
wasn't.
3-0, I wasn't really enjoying it. Like, I think one more, I would have then said, right, second half, we just scored one in the second half. I think that would have killed them. Their fans would have left. They would have
Yeah,
been like, it's done. But I didn't enjoy that one bit. I think if we wasn't going for the title, beating Spurs, I'd probably be enjoying it now. But
yeah.
it's just 3 points, get out of there. Just get your 3 points, get out. And it it wasn't enjoyable. I'm so
No, well,
happy for the 3 points. I'm
me and
so
Brenny were
happy for them.
obviously on Dermot's channel, who's obviously a Tottenham channel.
Yeah.
It was not fun. Look, Dermot was obviously angry with the first half, but like I said to him at half time, your performance hasn't been bad. So,
Yeah, definitely not.
Tottenham was still in it, but our
I think,
second half performance was awful
yeah,
for me.
it didn't start off bad though, did it? We was in total control, and we're going to get to it, isn't it? Like, it's changed the
Yes.
game completely. But I
Well,
think
I've just
even
looked at the stats. And the XG is alarming. I have to be
yeah,
honest. The XG is alarming.
yeah, I think Gary Neville summed it up when he said, if you actually look at the first half, the three chances they missed was similar to the three chances we scored. And
Yeah,
that was the only difference in the first half. Romero's had two headers where he's missed the target of one, he's hit the post with the other. We scored from two corners, and then Son got through one on one and missed, hit it over the bar, and Saka got through one on one and scored it. And it was
yeah,
just we took our chances. And in the second half,
exactly. Yeah,
again, XG's XG. They didn't really create nothing,
yeah.
but I can understand why the XG is a lot higher than ours because they were putting balls into the box and things like that. But listen, I'm gonna let you take it away. We're gonna get to the talking points, I guess, and
Yeah, but
we'll get over
my
it.
my hot brother has joined me as well. He was
Hey,
definitely getting angry in second half. How you
Back
doing,
again.
mate?
yeah, yeah, all good. Hey, Gumza, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm on the come down. That's what I'm on. I'm stressed. Yeah, head was hot, but we got there. 3 points.
Oh,
3 points is massive.
yeah.
Yeah,
I said
it
I
was.
said I wouldn't even have a drink today, but I think I may need something stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big up to Mr. Welsh saying and breathe. Yeah, trust me, that was not fun. Should have been more comfortable. You gifted them 2 goals to let them back in, but massive win. All that matters. Exactly. At the end of the day, we got 3 points. We've got bragging rights for people that enjoy that kind of stuff. And the main thing is we got 3 points. Now,
Yeah.
for me, I predicted it would probably be a draw. So I'm happy it's not a draw and we've got the 3 points. And that is at the end of the day what we should all be happy about. We got the 3 points,
Yeah.
but it was a crap
Yeah.
performance overall for us.
Yeah.
Big up to AFC always. That last 20 minutes was horrible. Yeah. There's some players that me and Brenny will definitely agree with were crap today, and they really do need to look at themselves because they were bad today. We weren't at our best. We weren't at our best. However, we did get the 3 points, and that is very important. When it went 3-2, I said, "Oh dear," literally, yeah. I weren't looking forward to it. Cole came on at half time and made a big statement, and I'm sure he was pooing himself at the end of that game because he did put something on the line if Tottenham were to come back in that game, and I'm sure Cole was slightly panicking at the end of that game. To be fair, Spurs weren't bad attacking wise, but they are car crash defensively. Arsenal were better defensively, but were nervous in parts. Yeah, 100%, mate. As a Liverpool fan, I was saying, don't bottle it. Can't have City winning it. I want you to win. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Big up to Felix, who's watching on X. It's Derby Day. Everyone gets a 9 except Raya, who gets a P45. Yes, however, there are a couple of players for me that I'm not happy with today at all. They were poor. Right, so we're going to go into the goals. I'll be honest. I've just finished watching the game. I can't remember who scored the first goal. Who scored
It
the
was
first goal?
Hoiberg own goal.
Own goal. Own goal.
That's why I've forgotten who it was.
Yeah.
That's why, because I had a feeling it was an Arsenal player. Right, so it's Højbjerg. Oh, it's from a corner from Saka, wasn't it? Yeah, now I remember it. Right, so set piece wise, I think we can all agree we do cause havoc. And what I did love, I don't know if anyone noticed, but Ben White was really riding Vicario up today. He played with his glove at one point. I thought that was hilarious.
Touch on the
gloves. I love that. He's like, I'll just pick his glove there. I just love him. He is my type of right back now. He is becoming definitely one of my favourite players. I just love watching him play. It's Temi. Big up to it's Temi. Big up to Temi. He's on his ex. Big up to you, mate. I thought, you know what it was? The way that you messaged us, it did sound like it was Temi, because Temi always does that. Like everyone at 9 except for someone gets a P45. Big up to Temi, mate. So yeah, for set piece wise, we're looking good. Second goal, I'm gonna have to remember. Saka, yes,
Saka,
right.
yeah.
Jeez, honestly, it's one of those games when you do an instant match reaction, well, my blood pressure is probably sky high, and I've forgotten most of the stuff that's happened because that second half was so poor. I forgot the first half. But yeah, Saka, great finish. I did slightly worry when he cut in. I was thinking, you've lost your opportunity here. But no, big up to Saka. Well done. Great finish. But what did you make of the second goal? We'll start with you, Gums, and then we'll go to Brent.
Yeah, it was. I thought Havertz missed a chance to play it because he delayed or second, but the Tottenham back line kind of went straight line, and one of them didn't really pull out to Saka, and that enabled the pass to still be on, and it's a great first touch as well on the move.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, Brady, when he went inside, because it looked like he was going to shoot on the right, and then he went inside, but the first touch wasn't great when he came inside. It almost bubbled up. But he's just sharp enough to get another touch, and he's just tucked it away so nicely. So big up Saka. I think he was one of our better players today. I think he was unbelievable.
He was.
He was superb, and he's been cooking again recently, in my opinion. Like the Bayern Munich first leg, he was unreal, and he was good again today. So yeah, really good finish, and again that kind of settled me down a little bit, but still not enough to think this game's won. But really good finish. And just showed really good composure. So yeah, really happy with that goal. And that's what you can do to Spurs, isn't it? Because they leave it open for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's once you get the 1-0 lead, you know what I mean. It makes it easier to kind of get that seconds. They are going to push on. So really happy with that goal.
Yes. Cole has also joined us. So I'm just going to go to Brenny first with the Saka goal, and then I'll bring Cole in. So Brenny, what did you make of the second goal from Saka?
It was a great. Yeah, no, I'm just saying. It was. The fact that it came from a brilliant Havertz ball, and before that, I don't know how Tottenham were claimed for a penalty then, but I thought, well, there was nothing there. If you look at it again, you know what I mean. There was. I think it was. There was no foul whatsoever, and they can moan all they want on social media, but at the end of the day, it was. But like we said, I think we always knew that if we were going to score today, it would be the type of goal that we scored with the second goal, especially the fact that Tottenham is always with their high line. It was suicidal at times, in that first half, it was a great finish from Saka, great through ball for Havertz, and Saka for me, he's back. I agree with Gumsy. He's got that second wind. You know what I mean? He's looking like himself again, and it was a great finish.
It was right. This is the perfect time to bring Cole in. How are you doing, Cole?
Heart rate has just about.
I was saying, with what you come in at half time to say on Dermot's stream, I was like, Brett, you were panicking yourself a little bit.
I should have kept my powder dry, shouldn't I?
What have I said? I always say, keep your powder dry.
I angered the football gods, didn't I?
Yes,
to a certain extent. That first half for me, that was. Listen, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying that we didn't play that great, to be honest with you. I'm responding back with, we're going into a hostile environment. It's a North London derby, Tottenham at the home team. We need to be need to be controlled. We need to be disciplined. We also, and if we're not going to have the possession, let's just be clinical in front of goal when we take our chances. That first half, that was everything that was perfect. You know, we barely had, we had a figure like 39% possession. Spurs didn't even land a shot on target against us in the first half at all. Lots of possession, lots of horseshoe football, but they got absolutely nothing with regarding to breaking us down. They just couldn't break us down. We were solid, we were disciplined. Gabriel Saliba looked absolutely brilliant again. The first goal, here's the thing, Arsenal, they're the number one team when it comes to set pieces, and Tottenham are one of the worst teams to defend at set pieces. So I didn't care if it bunged off an Arsenal player or it came off a Tottenham player. Didn't care as long as the ball's in the back of the net and we are 1-0 up. So I was happy about that. That quieted the crowd down a little bit, and then the second goal by Saka. I did say to Steve-O on his channel, I said if Tottenham continue to play that high line, which they did do most of the first half anyway, we will expose them. It'll just take one ball over the top with our players. They haven't played anyone with any clinical cutting edge finish. They land the ball on Saka, who, if you get one-on-one with the keeper, don't let him cut inside because he's just going to put that in the far corner. Saka was very good today. He was very, very, very good today. It's been a long time since he's had a really good, strong game. Saka was really good. And the third goal again, a fantastic set piece. Another set piece again, headed on by Kai Havertz. That guy ran his socks off today. He bullied everyone. He was there to every ball. I thought Havertz did really, really well today. And then, for me, the second half, the first 15 to 17 minutes, we was in cruise control. We had possession, we were calm, we were composed, we were giving them a defense a little bit of a hard time. And then, excuse my language, but David Raya, what the fucking hell are you doing? What are you doing? If you watch how we conceded that goal, if you watch it actually in goal side, Gabriel is sitting 6-7 yards off the left. And he's trying to get a long ball through to Partey when there's two Spurs players coming at you. Just knock the ball left to Gabriel, and he probably would have cleared it. Because that goal there, you've just rallied up the 12th man. You've rallied up the 12th man. And know how I get this? Because it was the same game when it was at Anfield last season. When we were 2-0 up, Xhaka got in the face of one of the players. It rallied up the Anfield crowd. What happened? They got behind the team. They pulled it back to 2-2. When it was 3-1, I'm like, oh, great. Now we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's now for this. Can't disclose the penalty because the penalty is a penalty. Literally, Declan Rice literally Randy Orton booted whoever it was in the nuts. Literally booted him in the nuts. That's a stonewall penalty all day long. And some is clinical penalties. 10 minutes left and I was bricking it. I was so bricking it. But when David Raya conceded that first goal, he claimed every ball and he got himself going. But here's the thing, I'm still annoyed with Raya because if he'd have kept a clean sheet today, he would have won the Golden Glove. He would have won the Golden Glove tonight if he'd have kept a clean sheet. That's why I'm more disappointed in Raya than anything else. I can't blame the defence for any of the goals because one was a penalty and one was a mistake by the goalkeeper. It was, but we hanged on in there. I might have chirped a little bit too much on the group chat at half time. But that's the passion in me. I said it might be 3-0. Go and get a fourth, stick the nail in the coffin, and then end it all. And we just let a little bit of complacency get in. And you don't do that in a North London derby. You do not do that. So we got away. I'm not saying we got away with a victory, but we held on for dear life to get that victory. That is the finest of lines between what could make us help to win the league and what may have been of losing out in the title race completely. Yeah. So we got our foot in the door again now.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Now it just depends on can Forest do us a favour. I mean, probably not. I mean, the only game I can see City dropping points to is maybe Tottenham. But if we can decimate Tottenham like that, what the hell are Man City going to do?
Tottenham have been a bogey team for Man City for quite a few seasons, to be fair.
At White Hart Lane, I think the only time they've beat them in recent time is the FA Cup match earlier this season.
That's right.
Other than that, they struggle against them. But
it will be very Tottenham of them to actually hand us.
Yeah. I said it the other day.
I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I said it the other day. It would be just, but again, it's even that. I think if they won all their games, they will go above Villa. Now they've lost to us. Now Villa are ahead of them, even if Tottenham, because Tottenham are a few games behind them. So even if Tottenham catch up, they're still behind. So they actually have to go and beat City, and they think they've got Liverpool before that. So if Liverpool beat them, now it's even more pressure on them to beat City. Again, there's so much to play for them. So they can't even go into that game. If they had secured top 4, they can go into that game and kind of say, do you know what, we can almost roll over for City a little bit, but they're in a big race for themselves to try and get that 4th spot. So I think even Villa dropping points yesterday and us beating Tottenham gives Tottenham that little bit of it's in touching distance. I think if Villa win yesterday and we beat Tottenham today, it's hard for them to get that top 4 spot, but now it's right there for them. I think if they win all their games in hand, I think they're 2 points behind Villa. So it's so much to play for, so much. But again, it could be a random game that changes this whole dynamic. We all look at the Tottenham and United game as the two big games, whereas it could be Bournemouth or it could be whoever City have got. I don't know who they got in their running, but do you know what I mean? It's not going to be predictable. All we can keep doing is keep winning games. Hopefully we don't win many more like this today, because I can't take another 90 like that. But all we can do is just keep putting the points on the board and hope someone does us a favour somewhere along the line.
And the thing is as well, sorry, Bobby, just to echo what you Carl Gums have just said as well. If Forest were to draw with City today, then looking at our ridiculously superior goal difference to City's game in hand, they'd have to win it 5, 6, 7, 8.
Their game in hand is top than
Yeah, so there is that as well. So as long as Forest don't lose today, then the goal difference has helped us in that regard. I cannot see.
I know the City ground has been a bit of a bogey place for Man City, but it seems very, very, very unlikely. But this is the Premier League; anything can happen on any given Sunday.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Right, let's move on to second half performance. I know Carl's already covered it, so we're going to go to Gumza because I know how it made Brenny feel. So I'm going to go to Gumza. How did the second half make you feel?
First 50. So first half, I was not impressed. At 3-0, I wasn't impressed at all. We gave the ball away so cheaply. Every time we won it back, we were working. We was in a good shape. They wasn't creating anything, but we was just giving them the ball in our half so often. It was driving me insane. I called it the other week. Obviously, I haven't been on the stream for a while, but our right side's looking really strong at the moment. I was, Bob, you know, and Brenny, you know, I was quite critical of Ben White earlier in the season. I didn't think he started off the season very well. He's been unbelievable the last few weeks. And our right side has been just top notch. Our left side's been a real struggle. I was happy with Tomiyasu and Trossard starting. Both of them are driving me insane today. And again, we will get into the player ratings later, but I think both of them really struggle. Again, they're not working hard.
Sorry, Dub, sorry about him, but the victim complex has come out already. Fucking Spurs fans with their victim complex already. Little Daniel on the terrace has basically turned around and trying to twist it on how the Kuvalesta. So obviously in the first half there was a bit of a collision between Trossard and Kuvalevski.
Yeah.
That's not a penalty, and the reason why that's not a penalty is because if Trossard actually attempted to try and take down the player, he would have stuck his leg out or something. He's running in behind him. It's a slight contact at the back of the knee. I find that incredibly. If that is a penalty, that would have been a very, very, very soft penalty.
Harsh, but I have seen them given. You think Martinelli got sent off against Wolves for that when he was running back and the man kicked his knee? Do you remember? He was behind the player. The player's leg came out, kicked Martinelli's knee, and Martinelli got a yellow card for it. So I have seen things like that given. As a defender, your job is when a player runs across you, you've got to get out of the way. You can't touch him. He hasn't meant to touch him at all, Trossard, but he has. And again, when you're moving at pace, it takes a little knock on your boot to kick your other leg. Like he's knocked his foot into his back of his leg. He can't stay up. If it was given, it's one of them VAR ones. I think if the referee gives it, VAR is not going to overturn it and say it's not a penalty. But if the referee doesn't give it, VAR is not going to turn around and say it's a penalty. It's one of those ones.
VAR did check it, but it was like a quick 5 seconds check. I guess. No penalty.
It's definitely one of those where whichever way the referee gives it, VAR is just going to stick with it. I don't think VAR would have overturned it because there is contact. But what we've seen Ashley Young get away with in recent weeks, then for me, VAR can't get involved. But yeah, Spurs fans are always going to try and hold on to that, aren't they? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, so I know we were in the second half and we're still talking about the first. Sorry, Bobby. But yeah, we was comfortable, and I agree with Carl. I think the Raya balls come into it. And if you see what Raya's done from behind the goal, it showed it. And I know Carl's saying about that. He went to give it to Partey, and I think he saw 3 players go to press him, and he went to pull out, but he made contact with the ball, and it's too late. Like, an easier pass would have been just give it out to the left. You know what I mean? Even just slam it down the pitch. He's tried to be cute with it, and it's cost us dear because now it's caused me to have a heart attack. But the only positive is, yes, luckily we had a 3-0 head start, because if we only had a 1 or 2, it would have been disastrous. But we managed to hold on. The penalty is a Stonewall penalty, even in real time when and we had 3 of those moments, because Tomiyasu had a kick out in the first half where I think Kulusevski's kind of got in front of him, and he's just not giving away a penalty in the first half. Partey's done one on Richarlison where he's controlled the ball. Richarlison's nicked in front of him, but luckily Richarlison was offside and he's booted the life out of Richarlison. And then unfortunately for Declan Rice, he got caught with it. So we was very sloppy on that ball. Like, we wasn't really checking what was coming behind us. As I said, I've counted 3 times we've done it today, but we got away with the other 2. So yeah, again, it was just a sloppiness today. I'm not going to go mad at Rice for it. However, it is one of them ones where when the ball's bouncing like that, you just have to put your body in front of the ball and let it almost hit you, rather than wait for it to come across and kick it, because someone can just get their body in front of you. I think it was who played left back for Tottenham today? Davies.
Ben
I think it's Ben Davies who did it, got in front of him and he kicked him. So but after that, the resilience to see it through was not what we've seen in the past. I would agree with Carl. I think David Raya, after the mistake, held everything. He came and claimed, he took all the pressure off. So as much as he's an idiot for giving them the first goal, he has kept us in it. And again, he could punch some of those, but that just heats more pressure. Do you know what I mean?
That's what Ramsdale would have done. That's what Ramsdale would have done.
He held. There was even one where he's tracked back. He's taken 10 steps, got up, and kept hold of it.
Climbed up the ladder to get it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And also as well, he must have bled about 3.5, 4 minutes off the clock. Just by just being on the ground as well.
And he did it.
That's good. That's good thinking as well. That's good mental thinking. But you got to try and win this game at all costs. If that means you having to waste just a bit of time, I get annoyed when the opponents do that. But guess what? If they're winning, that's exactly what I expect them to do next time.
100%. Another issue for me, just quickly before I move on, there was we see in the game, even at 3-1, we've taken this thing out of the game again. After we conceded, we've done very well. We started to win free kicks. Martinelli, why he's taken that shot on the edge of the box on the volley, I would never know, because we've crossed the set pieces, come out, he's had a nothing shot, and they've broke from it, and that's what's caused Partey to give the first foul, which then leads to them sticking the ball in the box, and we give away the penalty. We're 2-1 up, 3-1 up. Just get hold of the ball and let us just keep moving the ball about. But the first cross has gone and we ain't scored from it. It's come back out. Keep possession. I don't know why he's just gone and shot that ball. Like, it's not even he's not under control. It's on the volley. It's a difficult shot to have. If you're gonna do it, then slam it over the bar and we can reset. But you give Tottenham the ball and then they break again. Partey now has to foul, yellow card. But from that same direct ball into the box, that's how we've conceded, and that will go. People will miss that. Yes, but again, it's that bit of game management where we have to get a little bit better sometimes, because at 3-1 we're still comfortable. Do you know what I mean? And we've put ourselves in a dangerous position, and we kept giving them set pieces. And again, if Romero was one of our defenders, he probably scores 3 today, because he was winning everything on set pieces. And yeah, it was stressing me out. The fouls we were giving away, man. It was, yeah, we need to be a bit more controlled. But that's me. I'm done. I'm happy we got 3 points. So that's my whinging out the way. Now it's all positive. So yeah.
What I will say, there is a positive coming. Obviously, Timber did play again today. Played 70 minutes against Liverpool today. He did get a yellow card, but he did play 70 minutes, so that's a positive. And we did win 2-0 against Liverpool, which I'll be honest is not easy against the under-21s Liverpool because they're good. So yeah, that's a positive. So hopefully, I'm not going to say Bournemouth, but we might see him on the bench at Bournemouth. Then hopefully United. That's where I'm hoping to see him is against United. Big up to Silver One saying 3 points is 3 points. It is 100%, but me and Brenny will never change the way we are. We can also be critical even when we win, because that's the way that we have to be. There was players for me, even though we won today, that I thought were poor today. Trossard being the main one. I just don't know where he was today. This is the thing with Trossard. Tuesday's performance, outstanding, amazing, brilliant. Today, what the fudging hell was that? That's what frustrates me with Tross. But yeah, let's get onto stats. So I can't bring it up because obviously I was doing the watch long, so I haven't managed to actually get the do all the typing up stuff that I do. So I'll just run through them. So XG for everyone that loves it, 2.37 for Tottenham, 1.08.
How?
Well, one would be a clear, would be a penalty.
Okay.
And the hitting the post, that's also I think nearly a 1 as well.
That doesn't count as a shot on target though. So how can it be an extra XG if it's on target?
Son's chance would be a big. Son's chance would be a big XG because he's 1-on-1 with the keeper.
Yeah, because he should have put that away. Yeah, so that's why it's so high. Ours was 1.08, which is pretty much spot on to be fair. Ball possession 62 for Tottenham, 38 for us. Total shots, Tottenham had 14, we had 9. Shots on target, they had 2, we had 3. Corners was 8 to Tottenham, 6 for Arsenal. Passing accuracy, which is the one I always... Oh, Jesus Christ, that just tells us everything. Passing accuracy for Tottenham was 89. Anything above 85, I'm delighted with. Ours was 81. Ours was poor today.
Yeah, but we didn't really go in there to play a possession-based game. We went in and knowing that let them have the possession. They're the ones that come out attack because they're going to play their high line right up to their 18-yard box, and then we're just going to throw one over the top. We basically just play simple counter-attacking football. And I'm going to say this right now, okay? I'm not going to get ahead of myself because we've got Bournemouth next Saturday, and it's a lunchtime kickoff, which is the freaking curse fixture of everything. But in 2 weeks' time, we go to Man United. They're going to want all of the ball. Let Man United have all of the ball. And we play counter-attacking. Don't let them make us try to dictate that game. I think the way we played against Tottenham today, especially that first half, was absolutely spot on. It was spot on what we had to do. And I think we need to do that again against Man United. Because we're not going to go in there. We could do what we've done the last 2 years at Old Trafford, simply outplay them, but unfortunately have no killer instincts, and they have the killer instinct and get nothing. So we've got to do what we've done to Tottenham today. This time, however, don't make any stupid mistakes.
No, I get you. Can someone message Mosh in the group chat and tell him to be quiet because he's starting to start on this football god business already? He really, I just don't want to hear it because I just want whatever happens. None of this football god messing stuff. Right, so starting lineup. I think we could all agree that we're very happy. I definitely was. There's no citizen check there, so I'm always happy. But Gumza happy?
Yeah, happy with it. I think I'm not happy with our left side this season. I think that needs surgery. However, with what we got, happy with it.
Cool.
So yeah, nothing wrong.
Bren, you were happy, yeah?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I just thought, you know what, Partey for me, it was so important that he was in that midfield today because of the work, because of the work he put in as well, and continued from the Chelsea game. So very happy with him.
I'll be honest, you can kind of tell he hasn't got 90 minutes in him still. And like I said, he is basically what was the car I called it last on Tuesday, Bren? There's a specific car that
what, sorry?
Oh, was it an Alfa Romeo? No, not Alpha Romeo.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it wasn't term used. Yeah.
So basically, that is from the person I speak at Arsenal. He said he's basically like an Alfa Romeo. Not guaranteed to last 90 minutes, not guaranteed to get you to London.
He did today, didn't he?
I'd probably say he's more like a Range Rover because they also have some mechanical issues as well. He's a big unit, unfortunately.
Gasket's always a problem on a Range Rover.
Isn't it, man?
Well, being ex-army, I always I'm got much faith in the Range Rovers because we use a lot of them in the army. But yeah, I have no issues with the Range Rovers. But anyway, enough about cars. Carl, were you happy with the lineup?
Yeah, absolutely. I basically said on my preview on my channel on Thursday with Dermo, who I've already given him a slap in at half time anyway. Was if we put the same squad out again against Chelsea, we do against Tottenham, then I think we'll win. I didn't expect the second half to be like that, but the way I saw the lineup, I'm like, yeah, I'm confident we'll get this. Yeah. I was confident we would win with that lineup.
Yeah. Well, what I would say, it's all Cole's fault because he messed with the football gods at half time. Didn't you, mister?
Guilty as charged.
Right, let's go into ratings. I'm going to start with Cole, actually. Oh, hang on. I can hear myself here. Oh, that's good. I'm going to start with you with Raya, mate. So can you rate Raya for me, Cole?
He was on the verge of getting a borderline 8. And the reason why, because obviously, if I give a goalkeeper a 7 if he keep a clean sheet, I would have given him an 8 because he would have won the Golden Glove today. But because of that mistake in question, I'm going to give him a 6. That mistake in question, that got the crowd up, that got Spurs up. You don't wake up a sleeping giant like that. You do not. So I'm going to give Raya a 6.
Yeah, a fair play to you, Carl. I thought you would have scored him a lot lower. But
when I was angry, I'm going to give you a 5 for this, mate. But the way he bounced back, and the way he claimed everything, and bled the clock as well, I'll give you a 6, mate. I'll give you a 6.
Totally agree. Brenny, you get Benjamin.
Thought he was brilliant today. Thought he did well. He and Saka, great partnership. You know, I mean, for me, I know what I'd be rating Saka today, and I'd have to give Ben White an 8 on that right hand side. He's just he's been out of the back four in the last few weeks. I think he's been our best one. I mean, Gabriel's been brilliant all season, but I agree. Gumza didn't have the best start of the season, Ben White, but he's just got better and better, and he's in a rich vein of form. And beat him up today, solid today. He's had a really good week. I'm gonna give him an 8.
No, I agree. Gumza, that gives you Tomiyasu.
Oh, good. I'm not happy with the 8 for White. I think that's a 9 today from him. Snuffed everyone out. I think he was unbelievable. But yeah, cool. 8. So if you're going to him for 8, Tomiyasu, I'm unfortunately, and I called it out on Wednesday as well. I said if Zinchenko made the mistakes Tomiyasu made, we'd be all looking for blood. And we all like Tomiyasu. I do like Tomiyasu as well, but he hasn't been good over the last few games. I think midweek against Chelsea was awful. Today was just as bad.
Just around on top of that, Gonza, I agree with you, Tomiyasu. However, though, I thought at times Kuvalevsky actually had him beat for pace. There was a few times where we did get caught.
The worst thing about it is I'm thinking you can't actually bring anyone else on because Kyrgios's even slower off the mark than
no choice. And Timber's not ready.
And Zinchenko defensively is even worse than the both of them. So it's like you've got to persevere with him.
Yeah.
He did have a hard game today. He did have a really hard game. But I'll give him I don't think he was worse. I think Trossard still frustrated me more than Tomiyasu because Tomiyasu was just getting beat. He couldn't do much about it. Whereas Trossard was just giving the ball away for fun. So I'll give Tomiyasu a 5. It wasn't his best moment. I don't know if he's struggling with because he's just come back from injury as well. And he's been thrown in. He's never normally that bad. He never normally gets beat up like that. Even against Salah, he does well against him normally. So yeah, I'm going to put it down to maybe he's not firing on all cylinders physically. So I'll give him a 5. But what he does give you, that physical presence he gives you as well, does help when that's, set pieces were useful. And he almost scored as well, didn't he, second half? So I'll give him a 5.
Okay. Brenny, you get Saliba.
Wasn't it Carl's? I'm
No,
still.
Brenny, you get Saliba.
Right.
So no, yeah.
I get Saliba.
Yeah, you get Saliba.
Okay. Saliba. Just trying to think. I thought they were in the first half. I mean, our centre backs at times just looked all over the place, especially at defending set pieces as well. But second half, well, I thought he was all right today. I mean, I'm not blaming him for Tottenham's first goal, but I didn't think he was under any pressure to play that ball back to Ryan. And then obviously Ryan did what he did. You know what I mean? I think there's times where we keep doing that where when we're not under any pressure, why are we playing the ball back to the keeper? The way Tottenham are pressing us today, he's gonna be a solid 7 for me today.
Okay, 7 for you. So Cole, you get Gabriel.
I didn't think Gabriel put a foot wrong today. He was very good. He was very calm, and he kept his behaviour down, because this is a sort of game where you could see Gabriel maybe ready to bite, but not really doing so. I thought he mopped up really, really well. His passing out the back was absolutely tremendous today. And then Richarlison come on. And then not Richarlison, a trash bin came on. And he started getting Gabriel's face. And I think that's why Ange Postecoglou actually put Richarlison on, not to do anything, just to piss off Gabriel. And you can see they were going at it. You know, that's. But I thought he was calm. Thought he was composed. I'll give Gabriel. I'll actually give Gabriel 7 today.
7. Okay, cool. Gumza, I'm going to give you Party.
Yeah, it wasn't. I could see, even later on in the game, you can see he's tiring, but he still gives you a bit more physicality and pace than Jorginho. So I understand why he didn't come off. Spurs they're nippy, aren't they? They're little whippets in there. There's a lot of their players and even when they've brought on Papa Sarr and Basuma, you'd rather it the other way around, and then Jorginho probably would find it easier against Højbjerg and Bentancur, but you've got Papa Sarr and Basuma in the pitch who are quick as well. So yeah, I think he done well. There was a couple of moments where he got us out and he looked unbelievable, and then there's a couple of moments where he got given the ball, he got caught on it. So overall, I think he was a solid display. Nothing special. Wasn't one of the standout players, so I'll give him a 7.
7. Okay. Right. I'm going to give Brenny Declan.
I had a feeling you would.
Oh no, I was. Yeah.
I wasn't happy with him in that second half of the watch along. But he's been consistent all through the season. I still thought he played well. He looked good in the first half. It's just that he thanks to Thomas Partey, either Odegaard and Rice, they didn't really pull strings like they did on Tuesday against Chelsea. But with Declan Rice, he gets a 6 for me today, and I thought, what was he doing for the penalty as well?
Yeah.
Agreed. I thought he was quite quiet, to be honest with you, throughout that time.
Yeah,
There was
I thought Partey was the better actor.
Yeah, I thought he was quiet today. Not his best performance, Rice. But the thing is, he was like my child. You know, he was seen but not heard.
Yeah. Exactly. Cole, I'm going to give you Odegaard.
Captain's performance again. There's a few loose passes that he had, but he tried to create and work everything with him and Saka. There was a couple of opportunities where he could have actually pulled the trigger and decided to pass it. It led to nothing really, which is basically Odegaard's bread and butter, really. But considering how he's done, I'll give him a 7 today. Odegaard. I thought he was decent today. Captain's performance, and when we needed calmer heads, he actually did really well, making sure, right, let's focus now. Let's see this game out.
No, I agree. Right, Gumza, there's a reason I did this. You get Saka.
Good, thank you very much. solid 9 today. He was unplayable. Probably had he was everything he done. It was just even when we're under pressure, it goes to him. He settles us down. There's one moment the ball's come into him. Davis is all over his back. He just looks after it. Nice little pass inside him, out again. The one where he rolled it across he let the ball roll across him and just beat Davis and got him booked. There were so many moments every time he picked up the ball. I would have liked him to move at Davis a bit more sometimes, but again, he just retained he just never gave it away once. You know what I mean? Always everything was progressive with him. He was just a really, really solid game. He gets a goal. I do think they need to start giving assists for own goals as well now. The ball's on the money. But you know, sometimes the world we're in, where everyone looks at goals and assists, and I think it's like 2 or 3 where he's put the ball on the money and they've headed it in. To me, end of the day, you've created the goal. Do you know what I mean? Like, if that ball's not there, they're not scoring. And so many times, you know what I mean? It's unfortunate. If I give you a square pass and it's going to go to my striker, but the centre back knocks it in for our own goal, I should be giving credit for that. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the season. So, because if you don't knock it in, my striker's knocking it in. Do you know what I mean? So, again, I'm saying he's come out of a goal and assist in that game. So he's actively involved with 2 of the goals that sets us on our way. He was different. So he'd get a 9 from me. I'm not too sure who's man of the match out of, for me, him, White, and Havertz, but yeah, he was up there. Great performance.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Brenny, you're going to get Trossard.
You're really giving it to me there, aren't you, mate? Oh man!
Yeah, literally. Yeah, you are literally.
Wait,
you're
say that, you know. Oh gosh. Well, well, he was for me. He was woeful today. I thought. I know there were times, you know, when he was helping Tommy Asu get him back, and I thought to myself, why'd you even bother? He just didn't look himself today. And this is the thing we worry about Trossard, because on his day he's one of the best players in his Premier League, and on another day he could be one of the worst players in the Premier League. He frustrates me so much. He's getting a 5.
Sorry, Brady, jump in. It's one of them ones. I'm watching him, and I'm not mad at him for trying to get the ball down and play, because the last thing you want to do sometimes is keep punting the ball back to their centre backs, and they just keep putting pressure on. So I get why he's trying to come out of situations, but he just was doing too much and kept getting caught on it. And it's almost like Spurs were knowing he's not going to take the simple option as a pass there, but he's going to try and twist, and they just kept reading him.
100%.
He is almost becoming a super sub. Apart from the Chelsea game, I haven't really seen him start often for us, and he's looked really good. Every time he goes on the bench, he looks unbelievable. So left side has been a problem for us. I think this whole season we can't seem to get it right. Sorry, back to your.
And we haven't seen the best. No, you're right, and we haven't seen the best of Martinelli either. And we know what Martinelli's capable of, you know. But for me, Trossard is 5 today. 5.
Fair enough. Cole, that gives you Havertz.
Do you know what? I'm actually going to be honest with you. He really has, the last 4 or 5 games now, Havertz really has impressed me. He's really impressed me now. He worked his absolute socks off up front as a false 9 today. Tried to claim for every ball, roughed up Romero a few times. That goal as well for the third goal, which I thought iced the first half completely. That was perfect. That was spot on. That's the sort of the tall talisman that we need up front. For me, I thought Havertz was fantastic, and he was borderline my man of the match. I think I gave it to Saka in the end, but for me, Havertz gets an 8. He was fantastic today, and he also tracked back and defended as well on the right when freaking I mean, Trossard went off for Martinelli coming. I think actually it was Havertz that was covering Martinelli's side, so maybe that was just tactical to put Martinelli 1-on-1 with Van der Ven to try and beat him for pace on the counter attack over the top, maybe. But no, Havertz gets an 8 for me. Starting to impress me. He still needs to get 10 assists, and then I'll create that apology video. But he has got over 10 goals. So I'll give him credit where his credit's due.
You're seeing the player that I saw before Chelsea signed him. He honestly, I've always liked him. I've liked him for many, many years. But yeah, I'm so delighted for him today. And to be honest, the disallowed goal for the first half, that was a great finish as well. I know it was obviously offside for Odegaard, but that was a great finish. He's showing.
We forgot to mention that, but that was because, yeah.
Yeah,
Odegaard, I think if Odegaard holds his line, I think that still ends up in the back of the net for some reason.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to finish off the player ratings. Gumza, you happen to get Martinelli.
Just as bad as the guy you come on for, to be honest. I understand it. That pace, he almost got in a few times. Van de Ven is lightning, I'll be honest. I don't know how Spurs found him and no one else saw him. He is lightning. So that was a good little tussle. They two went for one. Even Declan Rice didn't want to run with Van de Ven at one stage. You just let him go. I'm not even tearing my hamstring for you.
Look at the pain on this Mel. Look at the pain on this Mel. Look at him. Look at him. Fucking go back to school, boy. Jesus.
But yeah, I said I've been critical of Martinelli all season. I think people are starting to not wake up to it, but I think everyone's now starting to think actually he's not performing very well this season at all. There was a one moment we kind of got the ball on the edge of the box and he's gone for the reverse pass. It's an easy pass to the guy on the outside of him and he's messed that up and they've broke on us again. As I spoke about earlier, the volley into nobody and they break on us. He's a good weapon to have, but he's not directly involved at fault for anything, but sometimes that decision making, that bit of quality cost us. I think even was it the Porto game where Raya got lobbed from the edge of the box, but that's his pass again, which got cut out, wasn't it? At a crazy time, you don't need to do it. So I think he just needs to be a bit of work on his overall gameplay. Like he's got an asset which people would die for, which is that pace. So he's always going to be useful, but at the moment he's just making a few bad decisions. But again, it could just be he's feeling the pressure at the moment, and sometimes you try and do too much because you're in a bad rut. You now start making more mistakes. So hopefully he can find himself again. But it wasn't a great cameo from him, and it's ready made for him because of they're going for it and there's all that space behind. But I'll give him a 6 because he did defend well. That's one thing I would give him. He gets back. The guy was trying to beat him on the outside. He kept getting his body across him, even though then one time he ran into the box and tried to cross it for him. But oh god, we got the win, so I'm not even going to kill him. We got the win end of the day, so I'll give him a 6, and that's a generous 6 for me, Martinelli. You are a lucky man if you want.
That's fine, mate. Just to let you know, Kivior did come on for the injured Odegaard. Odegaard did go off injured, so we'll have to keep an eye on what happens with that this week. Mikel, right? Everyone gets to rate Mikel, so we're going to start with Gumza.
It's hard. We didn't play well, but I don't think that's down to our tactics. I think it was more the personnel on the ball was just giving it away. We picked the right 11, so he's done the right thing with that. I think he's done the right thing with the subs. He's kept the power and pace on as much as possible, rather than bring on like a Zinchenko or Jorginho who might get overrun in that game. I don't think. Yeah, I'll give him a 7, and I don't think it's his fault he's getting a 7. In all honesty, I think the players have made that a lot harder than it needed to be.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'll give him a 7.
Bren?
Yeah, I would say 7 as well. Probably there was nothing wrong with the lineup. Thought was a strong 11 he picked. It was a lineup that we all wanted.
Yep.
And it's just, I don't know what he probably said to him in the first half was, half time was, he was probably just try and keep it tight. He probably was, he would have been aware that defensively at times we looked all over the place, and he probably, to basically sort out. I mean, yeah, 7 for me as well. If the scoreline had been great, I would have said 8.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Carl?
7 for me. Nothing wrong with the lineup. I don't think there was many other substitutions that he could make, to be honest with you. He took Martinelli on, took Trossard off. I mean, when we considered that second goal, Odegaard come off, on come Kiri off, it was just to start to solve the back line up, because it was basically right, we're fighting here to hang on for a 3-2 win here. I don't think there's any other subs that he could make. I mean, he did try to get Jorginho on, but at that time of the game, they put Basuma and Sarr. They put Sarr on, and then they put Basuma on. They literally stacked the midfield. They put pace, but also had a lot of strength in there as well. Jorginho's not the sort of person you want to be in a box-to-box fight with. So I think Ange very skillfully and very cleverly put those two on, so it stopped us from putting Jorginho on. And I think we just had to leave Partey on there for the full 96 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't think we had a choice in that matter. For me, I think it's a 7. He told everyone when we were 2-3 because his second goal, he was toying like that, saying, calm down, start thinking. Yeah, I'll give him a 7.
Oh, fair
He
enough.
didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't do anything fantastic either. Not like a stroke of genius or anything like that. So I'll give him a 7 tonight.
No, fair enough. Cheers, guys. Big up to DJ Damos. Hope you're doing well, Damos. Spurs was running on adrenaline to stop Arsenal, not passion or ability to win the game. Dumb mentality, but stop them, says Damos. The Silver one saying, I just can't wait for the Spurs to bring out the we won the 2-0 in the second half DVD. Yeah, that's pretty much their mentality, to be fair. I just love Ben White Shithousery, the corner for the first goal where he was poking at the goalkeeper's gloves. Absolutely love it. Because I'll be honest, if he was doing any more pressure to Vicario, it would be called for a foul, but he was just doing enough not to be a foul. I loved him.
He's the best English right back in the Premier League. He's the best right back in the Premier League.
Did
He's
you
the best right back in the Premier League?
watch back the Havertz goal? He actually bumps Vicario in that one, and it's brilliantly done. He just gives him one bump and he gets completely out of the way, and then he stands there watching. And again, it's just enough where the referee can't penalise you. But it's enough to Vicario can't do anything.
It's a bit like in the NFL when they runs in for a touchdown. It's like one part of the offensive line, the guard pulls off the defensive tackle, and then the running back's able to go up. There's a hole, thank you, and there we go, and he's in. That's the sort of goal that we had there.
Yeah. All I would say is well done to Ben, well done to Nicholas as well for making sure you read all the rules and make sure that you do enough.
He's my player of the season, Nicholas. So he's won us so many points this year. With the set piece. Yes, it needs the players to go and execute it, but as I said, we scored the most goals on set pieces, and we've probably conceded the least still. So he's done wonders. He's worth his weight, isn't he?
Yeah, Nicholas has been absolutely fantastic this season. So big up to Nicholas. Mikel gets a 9 for the silver one. Pick the right 11. Their goals come from a goalkeeper mistake and a penalty. And Jack Grealish diving like a person again. I'll try and clean up as much as I possibly can. But guys, look, we now move on to Bournemouth at home next Saturday. 12:30 kickoff, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, the curse fixture.
Yeah. Oh, I hate those kicks off. I really do. I hate those times. But look, we've got the 3 points. Doesn't matter. I don't think we're going to care what happens tonight. It's more to do with what we need to do. So, do you feel that we're building the right kind of confidence to at least finish the end of the season with 3 wins or 4 wins, whatever it is?
I think it's situated. Go on.
Sorry, go on. You go first. Go on.
I think, Brenny, you.
Nah, sorry, lads. Go on. I'll explain in a minute.
Okay. I think if you look at the last 3 games now, Everton, they've survived relegation. I believe they're at the point threshold now where they can't get relegated. So they ain't really got nothing to play for in that away game. So that should be a win for us. Bournemouth on next Saturday. Let's go back to this time last year. It was also one of the games that derailed us. Let's have that in mind. Let's not have that again. Let's get that job over and done with. Rest up players. The game at Old Trafford, for me, I think is going to be the coup de grace. If we win that game, we take it to the final day. And I think, but us going to Old Trafford is an absolute nightmare. This Man United team is one of the shittest teams I've ever seen, post and pre-Fergie era. Yet somehow they bullshit their way to wins. 4-2 against Sheffield United, not convincing. They drew 1-1 against Burnley. It's always bloody Burnley. So they're not
And we've only
impressing me.
won there once.
But we know United on their bloody day.
Yeah.
They can turn it on whenever they bloody well want to. And
that's the problem.
Yeah.
I agree. That's the problem. I mean, we've only beaten them once in the league since 2006. So since Sir Alex Ferguson's left, we've only won once. That's awful. Seriously. That's bad.
Yeah. So I've just seen what James has just put in there. So Brenny, do you think we can manage the wins for the rest of the season now?
Yeah, but I don't think it'd be difficult. I think we could get 3 wins out of 3, finish the season strong. But I just find that we've got to be better than we were today at the back.
Yes.
I just find sometimes we've got players who, were strong. The mentality is stronger in some of these players compared to last season.
Yeah,
because at least we haven't gone to those 4 wins. When we had 3 draws and a defeat last season. Yeah, the Villa game was a slip up. Of course it was, but as long as the players are mentally strong, then I think we'll win 3 out of 3, and that's what it is. It is a mental thing for me because we can play football. We know how good we are, and we should be on paper beating these next 3 sides.
No, I agree.
So and what Carl said, just to echo what he said, I think we'll take it to the last day.
Yeah, Gumza.
Yeah, it's going to be a close run thing. That is like Carl saying, that United game can go anyway. Again, a bit like today's game, isn't it? Form goes out the window, all sorts and normality goes out the window. It's just going to be wild. And again, I don't want to look past Bournemouth. They're not easy. They have nothing to play for either, and it's almost them games that could be the ones that really hit you, isn't it? Like, I've been quite nervous all the last couple of games. I'm quite happy that it's not in our hands at the moment because I think that adds a bit of added pressure. All we could do is just one game at a time. But equally, I think last year we've got like 12 games to count down and stuff like that. I don't think any fan was looking past the Chelsea and Tottenham games, and now we've kind of got over that little hurdle there with 6. It's actually like shit. There's only 3 games to now focus on, not 10, 11 like we had to last season. So it's so close. It's in touch and distance. Yes, it's not in our hands. Obviously, we relying on someone to beat City, but I'm actually
not even beat City. Not even beat City.
Just draw. Yeah, just draw with City. Just get a draw with City.
And if we run the table and as well beaten as Man United, we end up doing what we did in 1989. We win the league on goal difference.
They just scored. City just scored.
Forest are 1-0 down. Yeah. Forest had chances before then.
Yeah, I've heard they've had some good chances, but so all we can do is just keep winning our games and just wait and hope and pray for a City slip up somewhere. It can happen. They haven't looked great, but they've got that experience and know how to get over that line, isn't it? So,
as I said, the only game I could see them dropping points, if they drop any points too, is against Tottenham. And if we have to be Spurs fans, and if we have to be Spurs fans for 90 minutes, oh my god!
I can't figure anything more. I can't figure anything more beautiful though. Could you imagine if actually Spurs are the ones that hand us the title? Could you imagine? Oh my god!
Cole saying guarantee 3 points against my lot. Look.
No. I'm
not going there yet, mate.
That's the dangling carrot that will lead us off a fucking cliff. No,
not happening. James Wright saying Eric concedes 10 goals every game. Hark. Question for you, Cole. I have a question for Cole. If both Man City and Arsenal win all their games, will you be patient on Arteta?
Oh, someone screen record this.
You know what I mean? Because it's obviously we're going to be 2 points behind them. We won't have won the title. For me, and I'll answer this question for you whilst you think, mate. I've given him one more season. That is it. He needs to win something next season for me. Or
Same here.
As far as possible. Yeah, there's no excuses next season.
No excuses, man.
That gives Cole a chance.
It annoys me because people say, yeah, but we only finished 2 points behind. I'll just go back to do you know what would help with the sting of finishing second by 2 points? Not losing to Aston Villa. or actually taking your chances against Manchester City at the Etihad, or how about only winning 1 of 5 games between the 9th and the 31st of December, where we only beat Brighton, lost to West Ham, Fulham, and someone else. Someone I can't remember. We drew against another team. All we got to do is turn that draw into a win, or turn one of those losses into a win. And we're not talking about losing the title by 2 points. We're talking about winning by a point. The fine margins of the league. I'm not happy. What we've done since the start of the calendar year has been absolutely flawless. But we'll go back to that first half of the season. We just lack the consistency in December. Then
do you put all that blame solely on Arteta, or do you have to look at some of the players and say actually, because again it's the same system we're playing against all these teams, and if for some reason again the Fulham game, the West Ham game, the Newcastle game, the Villa twice, here's what cost us. Again, even today, we've all come out and said it's not Arteta's fault today. We could have ended up with a draw. And we've all said Arteta's picked the right 11. Even the second half, he addressed all the problems in the first half. We played better. Individual mistakes have absolutely cost us. And sometimes I feel it's easy to blame the manager. I get it, because it's just another season where we just haven't. Again, I would look more at the cup performances than the league performances. They're my disappointment this year. I think FA Cup and League Cup, we've let ourselves down.
Okay, the reason why your theory is a bit flawed there is because during that run in December, there was one common issue. Havertz was playing on the left side of midfield. We know he doesn't work there. And Zinchenko was at left back. Okay, and we know for a fact Kivior only came in towards the start of the calendar year and started to perform well. That's only because Zinchenko was out injured, okay? But at the end of the day, you look back on that and gone, it didn't work the first time round. When you tried it at the start of the season, it wasn't working.
It wasn't.
You tried that throughout the entirety of December. In the words of John Taffer from Bar Rescue, you do it once, it's a mistake. You do it twice, it's a choice. You do it 3 times, that's just incompetence.
Yeah, but even with that, I agree with you. But again, I look back at the Aston Villa game the other day, and we played Havertz in the 8th that game. So I echo what you say. I prefer Havertz through the middle, and I've been saying it for a while. Just a focal point, a big striker. It just keeps defenders honest. So I prefer Havertz than Jesus up front. Regardless if we play Havertz in the 8 or I prefer Havertz up top, and whoever else in midfield, don't care. It is what it is. However, I still think even with that out there, we still should beat Villa the other week. We still have enough chances to beat Villa. If we take those chances we missed, then actually we don't even have that conversation. Do you know what I mean? So I do echo what you're saying. I do think Arteta kind of got it slightly wrong, but we might have played Havertz up front and still not taken our chances and still got beat. So that's why I would give a little bit of pushback on there, because I still think the players we got. I was talking to a United fan the other day. Regardless of the game yesterday, like he's saying about the injuries United have got, and I'm saying I hear you. Your injuries are bad, but your team still should be beating that Burnley team yesterday. You got to take injuries aside. You still got 11, apart from Casemiro out of position. The other 10 are still way above Burnley's. You should still be beating them. So I agree with you with putting Havertz back in the 8, because again we done it the other week, didn't we? For 2 games, Havertz back in the 8, and we didn't look as good. But yeah, the Villa game definitely, the second one. Even if that Trossard goal goes in before half time, it's just a different second half, isn't it? So, but like I said, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, and I'm not mad at it. I do think he has to win something next year. Let it be League Cup, anything. He has to get another trophy, and then we push on again. That's me. I know it was Carl's question, but yeah, it's a good topic, isn't it?
Look, I agree with you to an extent, but if I backtrack on what I said at the start of the season, I'll get absolutely slammed. So I might as well go out. I might as well go out with some dignity and just say I stick to my same. Even though we lost by 2 points, even the Tottenham game at the Emirates, we gifted them 2 goals. We gifted them 2 goals. We win there. That's another 2 points on top of that. There are so many ways and means that how we lost the league. We haven't bottled the league because we've never been ahead. Liverpool bottled the league because they had a 5-point lead and they've actually gone and crumbled. I think they've conceded 10 points in their last 5 games. That's the same as what we pretty much did, to be frank. But we'll see. There could be another twist. And but obviously City 1-0 up currently. Not a lot we can do about it. We'll just have to move forward to the next game. Do what we could only do. If it means relying on another team to do us a favor, then we're just going to have to say, well, that's where City slipped up then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Someone needs to control Moss in the truck because he keeps talking about the game. We know the rules. No talking about the game whilst he's playing. Right.
You told my yank about our own game. Get over yourself.
We can't even comfortably beat Sheffield United and Burnley with your dangling carrot, says Colm. Right.
Phrasing!
Yeah, exactly. Oh, seriously. You know what we're like on this channel. Like, seriously. Even M sat on the edge of the bed looking at me going, what? Sorry, Colm. Colm said it, okay? Right. The game that annoys me the most is the home draw against Fulham. Yes. Big up to Agosa. Obviously, a big fan of the women's game. Tottenham arse 2, Rousseau 3, says Agosa. United might get something, to be honest, against you lot would just be typical. Yes, it would be. We're trashing arse Chester United at Old Trafford, says Agosa. Arsenal won at Spurs in the vital, crucial part of running, so I think you will win at United and win remaining games. Whether it's enough, we will see. Exactly. I'm not putting it up still for one. I know what you've done because you've literally just copied what Moss has put in the group chat. That's not happening. I don't mess with the football gods. So we'll just leave it as it is. But guys, really appreciate it. I will be back on Friday night for the preview for the Bournemouth game. And obviously I'll be covering the Bournemouth game next Saturday as well. We'll start with you, Cole. Where can they find you, my friend?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, KB Arsenal Pats 32. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Gun Down, as it is point there. If you can see it there. I do my show on Thursday called Flammable Thursdays. We'll be dissecting this game and also cooking Tottenham and their fans at the same time. I've got Connor from CMO Sports coming on as my special guest to go through it and also preview the Bournemouth game. You'll find me on Instagram. You'll find me on Twitch as well. And you'll find me on a couple of other NFL podcasts, the Patriots Touchback podcast and the Hurdle the Line. So that's where you can find me. And 3 points. Fuck you, Tottenham. You deserve every bit of cynicism you get your way. Get in that effing bin. Get in the bin.
Brenny, where can we find you, my friend?
Yeah, you can find me on X, Instagram, and of course you can find me here on the Army TV. And just enjoy it today, fellow Gooners, and just banter all the Spurs fans as free as you want, because I'm going to, and I don't normally, but I'm going to today.
My Gumza, where can they find you, my friend?
You can find me on the Armory, mainly on reactions. And you don't find me anywhere else apart from in the group chats arguing with Carl. The only time I pop up was when Carl says something. I'm like, let me
I knew you were going to bring that up.
I find time and everything. I move meetings around. I turn up late for my sessions. I move. He brings me to life. He does. But yeah, no, it's all in the love of Arsenal and it's all good banter. So I'm about here and there. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in as well. And yeah, big up Bobby and the rest of the guys, man. You make it enjoyable for us. So yeah, big up everyone.
Cheers, mate. So next weekend you'll see me doing the Bournemouth game. Next Sunday I will be covering the National League playoff final. I can't wait for it. It's the first playoff final of the season. Next Sunday, I think Altrincham are currently leading Bromley at the moment. So it's Solihull Moors who knocked out Barnet. So that was a bit of a shock.
They were 3-1 as well on Sky Bet. They were 3-1 to beat freaking Barnet.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? But yeah, currently Bromley are losing to Altrincham, so I need Bromley to make it because that's where Bergkamp's son is. So I need that to happen. Right, guys, I'm out of here. Take it easy, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you all very soon.
Have a good one.
Bye bye.
Take care.